guys, welcome back to my channel, Books and Beauty. My name is Tori. We need to talk. It is 2 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. That should tell you everything you need to know about what this book has done to me. I want to fight. Okay, I'm gonna just, this is Bully Me, a dark high school romance. It's a part of the Willow Heights Prep Academy, The Elite. This is book 1 by author Selena. Child, let me read the synopsis because I feel some type of way about several things. Okay. The 3 darling cousins, each one more cruel and gorgeous than the last, rule the halls of Willow Heights like kings. None is worse than Devlin Darling, who makes it his personal mission to ruin his rivals, starting with me. The Darling family owns Faulkner and everyone in it. They're not happy with our new money moving into their small southern town, where they've held all the wealth, power, and privilege for generations. Their sons are the town's royalty, and they aren't about to give up their thrones to my brothers. On my first day at the town's elite prep school, I'm given one piece of advice: don't make waves and you might survive. Fine by me. I just want to keep my head down and start over in a school where no one knows my name or my secrets. When I make the mistake of crossing Devlin Darling, that dream is shattered. Suddenly, I'm an unwilling player in his twisted games, and everyone is watching, waiting for Devlin to break me and bring me to my knees. Too bad I don't kneel for anyone. Okay, so it says Bully Me is the first book in a new adult high school romance suitable for readers 18 and up. If you have any triggers, this author is not for you. Perfect for readers who love bully romance, high school dark romance, enemies to lovers, sports romance, small town romance, star-crossed lovers, and warring families. This is a 3-book series, so like I said, I just finished book 1. I have several issues. Like, let me start off with this, because like being introduced to like dark romance, bully romance, and like the dark high school romances, and then also being introduced to like book talk, you see a lot of opinions. And personally, I'll honestly say it is weird reading about, it is weird reading about high schoolers engaging in sexual things. Not weird that teenagers do it, because teenagers do have sex. It happens. Sometimes it is a little weird, you know, with the high school thing, and it's just because they're in high school, so it's weird, even though, you know, they're adults and they're of age, so it does get weird. And so like what I personally do, and I know what other people do, like especially when you're older and you're reading these type of books, you're automatically aging up your characters, and you try, like when it's high school, I try to think of them like being in college. Like, it's still weird, but it's just, so I kind of had a little issue with that with like the last couple chapters in the book, because I didn't think it was gonna because the main character said she was 16, and so I didn't think, okay, anywho, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Read this book in less than a day. I'm giving it 4 out of 5. I'm giving it 4 out of 5. But I did really enjoy it, obviously, because it's 2 a.m. and I'm wide awake and trying to get my Kindle to connect to the Wi-Fi so I can download book 2, even though I could just read it on my iPad, but my iPad is near death right now. 4 out of 5 stars. It's good. It's really, 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 really good and interesting. It's just... I get dark romance. The male lead, the male love interest is usually, you know, the morally gray guy, and he's gonna have some problems because it's enemies to lovers, so you know he's gonna be an asshole. I get that. I get that. But some things are just not forgivable for me. And while reading this, I kept getting confused on whether or not, like, I should have went back to read the synopsis. I kept getting confused on whether or not it was supposed to be reverse harem or not, because like, okay, we got the 3 cousins. They're not brothers, they're cousins. These are the guys who are in the town of Faulkner, who are already ruling the Willow Heights Prep Academy. And that's Devlin, Colt, and Preston. Yeah. So the main character, her 4 brothers, and her dad, they all moved to Arkansas because for whatever reason, the dad is just like, hey, we're gonna move out here. It's a chance for us to start over, blah, blah, blah. They leave their mother in Manhattan because she doesn't want to go to Arkansas. She's like, fuck no, I'm staying here, whatever. So the rest of them leave. And they get to this school and they're like, yeah, we're going to rule this school like we ruled the last one. Because, like, unlike some of the other stories that I've been reading where, like, the main character is, like, either an only child or she's the eldest child or adopted or an orphan or coming from no money or things like that. This is different. This main character and her brothers, their dad, who's, like, mafia, but not really confirming that they're in the mafia, but, you know, kind of in the business a little bit. So, like, they got money. So it's kind of like that level playing field, but they get there and it's immediately her brothers and the darlings just button heads going at it. And I'm like, I'm worried because y'all ain't pulling no punches. Like, these guys are going at it first day, scrapping in the hall. Like, what the fuck? And sometimes, like, my first impression of the guys, because like I said, for a moment, I thought it was reverse harem. So my first impression of the 3 guys, Devlin, I knew he was going to be the lead asshole because he's the guy that actually lives next door to them. He's the one that, you know, they got into that first fight with on the first day of school. He's like the leader or whatever. And, you know, sometimes in the books, I'm kind of drawn to them. They usually wind up becoming my favorite. I usually end up loving them. So at first, like, I already knew he was going to be an asshole because obviously, but, you know, it wasn't that much going on in the beginning for me to hate him. So I was just kind of like, oh, maybe there's more to him. I feel like I can like him. Sure, fine, whatever. And then we meet Colt. And if you watched my other videos, I said, hey, you know, I really do like the flirty ones. So Colt, automatically I was liking him. I'm like, he's funny, I like him. Preston, I felt kind of indifferent only because we didn't really see him that much, but he just seemed really cold and standoffish. That's the vibe that I got from him. But like our main character, Crystal, obviously drawn to Devlin. Like, I thought there was something there between her and Colt, but like, now that I know that it's not reverse harem and after I actually finished the first book, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. And that's why I'm doing 4 out of 5 stars, because like I said, me personally, there are just things that I cannot forgive. Like, okay, I can't use that as an example because her brothers was doing some wild shit too. Like, dude, like the beef between them, mad wild. And like they joke around in the book, her and Colt, you know, saying like, oh, it's giving Romeo and Juliet vibes. Fact. Because yo, like after that fight in the hallway, they threw nails out on the road. It fucked up what's her brother's name? Because okay, she has 4 brothers. The oldest brother, his name is King. And then you have Crystal and Royal, they're twins. And then you have Duke and Baron, they're twins. They fucked up Royal's car. They had nails out on the road, blew out 3 of his tires, and he crashed into like the brick mailboxes and fucked up his Range Rover. So he's livid, right? Dude, he ended up going to the school and intentionally driving his car into Devlin's convertible, which was like some type of classic car that Devlin and his dad basically like, I can't remember the term, I can't think of it right now, but like restored it or something like that. So like Devlin loses his mind. He starts attacking King. Royal jumps in, but then he knocks Royal out and starts kicking him while he's on the ground unconscious. But this shit was all planned out because one of the other twins is recording it. So when the police get there, you know, they show it to the police, they show it to the school, so there are charges that are pressed. And then you get Devlin suspended from the football team indefinitely. And then you get Preston, suspended for like 1 game, the homecoming game. Like, because her brothers are trying to, you know, basically, like I said, they're trying to take over the school. They're trying to get on the football team and take the guys' spots. It is chaos. It is chaos going on. But let me tell you when I started getting pissed off. Fucking Devlin. Fucking Colt. Like, let me start with Colt. I want to fight him. Like, I want to kill Devlin, but I want to beat Colt's ass. Like, after the homecoming football game, and Devlin corners Crystal, and he's like, oh, your brothers keep fuck with us. Well, I'm about to fuck with them by fucking with you. And this is when I get pissed the fuck off. Because they take her to the car in the parking lot. Devlin spanks her with his belt in front of everybody. She's in the backseat crying. They rip open her shirt. So her bra's on full display for everybody. They threaten her with a knife. Preston's holding a knife to her fucking face, talking about you're gonna follow us, you're gonna be obedient and do what the fuck we say, or we're gonna carve your face. And they force her in the trunk. And right there, I was like, yeah, I'm not rooting for y'all no more. I'm not rooting for y'all no more. That's where it started. That's where it started. But I was like, they haven't actually hurt her yet. They just humiliated the fuck out of her. They haven't actually hurt her. Maybe they wouldn't be so stupid as to actually carve her up. But, you know, like, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying. But then they get to the fucking party that they basically kidnap and take her to. And fucking Devlin puts a collar and a leash on her, drags her through the party without her shirt on, just her bra and her pants, letting fucking assholes at the party grope and feel her up, forces her to take a shot. But this right here is what blew me, was when he was holding her down on the ground, trying to force her to take a shot, and she slapped him, and he slapped her. That right there. That right there. That right there. It was that right there. It was that right there. I said, nah, Devlin, you done. I'm not forgiving you for that. You just put your hands on her. Like, you actually just, you're drunk off your ass and you just put your fucking hands on her. I'm done with you. Like, and people can't come in my comments and say, oh, well, she hit him first. He's straddling her and holding her down, forcing her to drink when she does not want to. She's trying to fight him off. She smacked him. And he smacked her back. Fuck you, Devlin. No, I fucking hate you now. I fucking hate you. Y'all don't understand. I am distraught. I'm distraught because he yells for someone to bring him a knife because he threatens to carve her up again. And at this point, I believe him because he's drunk off his ass. She stops fighting. She's like, fuck it. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Whatever. She's obedient for the rest of the night. And he's just like, well, I'm over this. But then, what was it? He tries to, now my mind going blank. I gotta turn this off. I don't know what this is. What is this? Absolutely not. Oh, that's what it was. So they're like leaving the party and he attempts to get behind the wheel. And I'm so happy that Colt showed up because I feel like that fool was really going to drive home drunk, which would have just been a fucking nightmare. But what pissed me off and what made me actually start getting pissed off at Colt, they left her fucking stranded there. Granted, it is Devlin's mom's house. But still, y'all took this girl out somewhere she's not cool with anybody, she doesn't know where the fuck she is, and y'all fucking left her stranded there and took her phone. So it was like, at this point, I'm like, fuck both of you, especially fuck Preston. But like, I already didn't care for him at this point, and we didn't really have that much interaction from him anyways, so he was already dead in my book. But Colt, Colt playing Crystal this night of the homecoming game, it pissed me off because he had been so nice. Like, he was just being like friendly, flirty, you know, neutral. So it was pissing me the fuck off that he was like playing along with them and doing this bullshit. It pissed me off. So then, like, the next morning, because Dolly ends up taking Crystal home. Colt is at her window like, hey, yeah, I got your phone. Can we talk? She's like, what the fuck is there to talk about? Oh, I'm sorry. I want to apologize. First of all, fuck you. But, you know, she gives in because Colt is saying like, you know, this really is, you know, reminiscent of Romeo and Juliet. Maybe we should try to get them to squash this before it goes too far. Because, look, Royal tried to run y'all over and crash the car. You had Devlin beating the fuck out of Royal while he was unconscious. Like, it's getting dangerous. Like, maybe we should, you know, try to figure out a way for them to cool it, call a truce. She's like, I agree. So at this point, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe Colt does feel bad, yada, yada, yada. We'll see. She goes down, she tells her brother, she's like, hey, they want to call a truce. I'm going to the homecoming dance with Colt. I like him. Like, first of all, her telling them that she likes them is supposed to be a farce. It's just to, like, ensure that they don't try to hurt him. But she doesn't actually like him. At this point, she's telling herself, she's like, yeah, I don't really feel like the way that I feel when I'm around Devlin, I don't feel that around Colt. And at this point, I'm kind of like, damn it. Because I'm like, I feel like I could at least forgive Colt, not Devlin. But at this point, it's obvious that she wants to be with Devlin. Or at least she wants something to happen with Devlin. But yeah, she tells her brothers, yeah, I'm going to the homecoming dance with Colt. We're going to squash this, yada, yada, yada. So, going to this homecoming dance, you have Royal, who goes with Crystal's friend, Dixie. You have the twins, Baron and Duke. One of them goes with Dolly and the other one goes with some other cheerleader. And then you have Crystal and Colt. And they get to the dance and everybody's vibing. Everybody's just dancing, having the time of their lives. And Devlin shows up. Literal record scratch. That is what happens in the story. Literal record scratch, because they're like, he's banned. He's not supposed to be here. So he goes onto the dance floor and he goes up to Crystal and he's like, dance with me. I just want one dance. She's like flabbergasted. She's like, you're not supposed to be here. He's like, I know that. Just one dance. And she's like, the cops are going to come. He's like, all right, then just dance with me until the cops come, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, they're dancing and she's like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you asking me to dance right now? Like, why are we doing this? And he's like, oh, I was sitting at home and I thought of you being here with my cousin and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I just had to come and see what you guys were doing. And a part of me was just kind of like, oh, even though I was still pissed off about the fucking party. And, you know, she was thinking it too a little bit, but it's like, oh, he's at the dance when he's not supposed to be. He wanted one dance with her, blah, blah, blah. And somehow had the DJ, I don't know if he had the DJ put on her favorite song. I don't know. That was a little weird. So I would like to know how he found that out. But so they're dancing and then the cops show up and Colt grabs both of them and then he's like, come on, let's get out of here. But she's like, wait, I can't leave my brothers. So everyone that leaves, it's Colt, Devlin, Crystal, Baron, Duke, Dolly, Dixie. They all leave. They hop in Devlin's car. They go to Devlin's mom's house. And we don't get we don't get to know everything that happened. It goes from I think it was Colt grabbing a bottle of tequila out of the cabinet to Crystal waking up in the bed in just her underwear next to Devlin. And I'm just like, oh, holy fuck, like what happened? And so she's mad fucking concerned because she's like, dude, what the fuck? Because she remembers she remembers Devlin making her take shots until she threw up. And even after she threw up, he was still trying to give her shots, and she said she blacked out. But she wakes up in his bed. He's completely naked. She's in her underwear. She realizes that they did not have sex. And at some point he asks her, like before she realizes they didn't have sex, like he asked her, he's like, are you on birth control? And she's like, no. But she realizes they did not have sex. And at this point, like, he pins her to the mattress, and he's basically, this is why I'm he's like, I feel like he talks her into having sex with him. And the whole time I'm screaming at her like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like, I was in here screaming at the walls like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And she did. And she did. And I just, why? Is this connected to the Wi-Fi? Because I need to download it. I'm just, you guys. I don't know. I really, oof. I was screaming at her to just not do it. And she gave in. Oh, I so badly wish that she had not. And then it's crazy because it's like, after the fact, like, basically they're just cuddling. He's just laying on her after the fact. And they get up to get dressed. She pulls on his clothes because she's like, I'm not about to throw this dress back on, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They step out into the, what the that's fake. I gotta turn this off. Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever. I don't watch this. This is horrendous. What is that? I'm sorry, y'all. That's just, no. Okay. Yeah, they step into the hallway. And then you have the twins standing there with Dolly. And then you have Colt down the hall with Dixie. And then Preston is coming up the stairs. And like right after, like, when they're getting dressed, like, Devlin is being sweet to her. And even though I'm despising the fuck out of him and low-key rooting against them, I'm thinking to myself, maybe there's hope. There was hope until they stepped out into the hallway. And like, it's supposed to be a truce. Like, y'all niggas just got lit last night together. But he looks at the twins and he's like, y'all can get the fuck out of my house. Like, we did what we needed to do. Because Colt is like, oh, like, did you do what you were supposed to? Devlin's like, yep. And I'm like, bitch, I know you're fucking lying to me right now. These books are gonna be the death of me. Like, I cannot even. Like, if I thought I hated Devlin before, I fucking hate his bitch ass. And Crystal's just looking like, she held her composure very well, because let me tell you, I would have pushed his ass down the fucking stairs and said, whoops. My bad. Because she told you she was a virgin. And you basically talked her into having sex with you. She even said that she didn't hate you. Just for you to basically turn around and say, we did what we needed to do. Y'all needed to learn a lesson, blah, blah, blah. But like the twins, because I guess they ended up fucking Dolly together, I guess. But Dolly, she was like, yeah, no, Devlin, I ain't your pawn no more. I ain't your bitch no more. I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm going with these niggas. I'm on their side. Fuck you. And fuck you. And fuck you too. Basically. Colt, I believe he fucked Dixie. And she was just quiet. So I'm pretty sure she's just shell-shocked right now. And it was just like, y'all really are some little bitch-ass heathens. Like, I can't believe you did that to her. First, she had nothing to do with y'all fucking rival in the first place. Like, then she's just like, you know what? No, let's go. She stops them from fighting. She's like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Like, whatever. Fuck it. Y'all did everything y'all wanted to do. Fuck it. Let's just go. They get outside. Realize they don't have a ride. One of the twins calls King to come get them. And then he has this look on his face. And Crystal's like, what now? And he's like, Royal never came home last night. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? Because according to them, Royal always comes home. He's not about to just go stay at no random bitch house. He always comes home. Apparently the limo driver dropped Royal off at the end of their driveway where he was seen talking to a tall blonde. And Crystal was like, fuck, Preston. And now I'm extremely concerned. That is how the book ended. I'm extremely concerned because we already know. Well, let me not say that, because we don't know that much about Preston, except for the fucking fact that he held a knife to Crystal's face. And he's a fucking asshole. But the fact that Royal didn't come home, baby, I am concerned. And the fact that y'all done took this shit this far, I am concerned. I'm freaking out. I don't even... You guys, I'm scared. I'm scared because out of all the brothers, Royal is my favorite. Royal, that's my boo. That is my baby. Like, if y'all have hurt him, I swear to God, he better be okay when I read this book, because it's like 2:30 now. I'm up. I might as well read at least a couple chapters before I go to bed. But like, you know. And it just kills me because it's like, all of these books that I read, they're dark romance, they're bully romance, and they usually all end with a happily ever after, and I get that. So I know I have to go through the journey to get there, but it's like, what type of groveling? What type? You done did too much shit to be forgiven. This family is gonna murder you. You should come up missing. This family should murder you. Her brothers and her daddy should murder all three of y'all, but especially you. And then not only that, first of all, you took her virginity. You fucked her raw. And you came in her. After she told you she's not on birth control. Oh my God. I need a drink. I'm so stressed. That just stressed me out. That just stressed me out. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna take a deep breath and I'm gonna read at least like the first. I'm lying. I'm not even gonna say the number of chapters I'm gonna attempt to read, because who knows? It's only 2:30. I done stayed up until 6 a.m. before reading the book. I'm stressed. We're gonna see how it goes. But right now, baby, fuck Devlin. Fuck Colt. Preston, you can die. Royal better be okay. Crystal better not end up pregnant. She better go haul ass and get a plan B, because I ain't playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. Don't do that to me. I don't have time for that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk to y'all when I finish book 2. I'm gonna go.